Hello, people of the world. Welcome to my very first YouTube channel video. This is going to be my very first review on my very first full-bodied Five Nights at Freddy's clay figure. Now, before we start the showcase, I wanted to say that I'm not going to show my face until I have 10,000 subscribers. And if you like this video, leave a like or a comment if you want to. And if you absolutely need to, subscribe. And yeah, so onward to the showcase. I have my ignited Springtrap model here. Right here. It's the head. Got the body. The missing segments on the arms. He is fully posable. The feet. Right there. With the little wraps of stuff on him. Legs are posable. Very posable. I use pretty thin wire, if you can see in the shoulder right there. That's where I use the wire to make the posable joints. It's pretty flexible. I also use the same wire to make the arms and just standard red clay. Actually, the kind of clay that I use is Sculpey, because it's actually very soft and works really nicely. And it actually presses into wires pretty easily, so you can press wires onto it and make these fingers and stuff. The mask is fully removable, so let me just do that really quick. There we go. There's the mask, completely hollow. I had to use 2 wires in here for the taller ear because when it was unbaked, it was kind of floppy, and just one wire for this ear. I used some small wires, colored wires for wires really, on his head. I used a basic cutting tool to make these little cuts in his face. The teeth were pretty easy, just mixed some white with brown. And the color for the ears was this standard color for him, for the base color, and some brown mixed together. Same thing with the nose. I also used that pretty good wire in the ear to make that effect. And his head. This is the same model that I used to my YouTube picture. So, yeah. I don't actually know if they're there, but I put some rips on his back and on his head. But I actually have no idea if they're there, but they work pretty good. So I did the same thing with the ears up here for the stomach, and I used a little black dot for the button. If you look inside there, you can actually see everything inside of him, and a little bit down here in between his hip joint. And you can see a little bit of the metal right there. Let me move his hand. You can see a little bit of the metal right there. That does pose, and it's pretty well hidden, and it looks really good. You can also see the stuff going on inside of his legs and his arms. Well, and his arms are up here. His legs. You can see the good effect right here. Right there for the legs. There's some wires hanging out here. And you can see his shoulder joint right here. There we go. You can see the shoulder joint. You can see that there's some red in there for the effect. I used the same technique I used to make the arms, but I made it a lot longer for the inside of the body. You can see it right there, right back there, for his arms to go through. And there's a little bit of metal right there just for an added effect, and some red wrapped around it. I used red wires, 2 different thicknesses for the mouth, for the neck, and you can see the mouth, the rods and teeth inside of it. I don't actually see many people online do that for the rods and the extra details. I also made these rods that make it look like his eyes are kind of pried open. I used a little poker tool, a little hole poker for the eyes, and then I pressed some white into them. I also have these. Why isn't it focusing? There we go. I also have these wires right here for the extra things, and the hand. This one is kind of crooked. It does that. There we go. But the fingers are kind of posable, but the tips of them might break off like this one. But when that one broke off, I thought it just looked good, so I just kept it like that. This one has this mascot piece missing, so that looks good. That's actually what it is in the game. There's the wraps of red around it. Same thing with this side, but it's the upper one. Yeah, same rips. This one has some wires hanging out of it. This one's kind of loose too. You can see the redness inside of his hand, not his hand, but his arm going on, and you can see the inside of his arms a little bit, pretty well. Also, you can see the metal and wires inside of him through his hip joint. And also the back, you can see the red. So, that's my Ignited Springtrap model. My very first full-bodied model turned out very good. I was actually working on a bunch of heads at first, just like practice. And then I just decided to take a step out of my comfort zone and make a full-bodied model. And it turned out really nice. So, just a good final look. Okay. It's a pretty big model. Can make him doing a creepy thing. And so that's my first review, my first showcase of my very first full modeled body. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like again, and if you want to, leave a comment. So yeah, that was my first model. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.